Yeah, that's right, I know your ass. And I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep cooking the way I want. Said you wanted to cook, didn't you? Cook that nigga! Anybody wanna make some money, do shit the right way, then please, by all means, stay. But if not, get the fuck out!
All right, man.
We getting DP?
Just get the fuck out.
You motherfuckers.
All right. Now what?
Ever cut before?
You serious?
I want to work.
All right.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
If you don't know, man, you tuned in to Let's Yap About It. Even though I don't talk, but you got something to say. Stuck emotions out now.
Now y'all tuned in to Let's Yap About It. This ain't no podcast, it's a problem cast. I go out of N.F.L. Texas very own. Hey man, tell your baby mama I'm looking for her. Tell your wife I'm looking for her. That's what it is, man. Let's Yap About It, man. This ain't no podcast, it's a problem cast. Fat motherfucker pimp, let's go.
Cuz. Don't lie, cuz I don't fuck with too much talking. I don't be on that yapping shit, cuz. But you feel me? We can yap about it. You hear me on a podcast, you hear me? Yap About It podcast. Goddamn, go tap in with my people, bro. You hear me? So Smush gonna come with the interview real soon, too, y'all. So make sure y'all tap in, you hear me? We be talking with Yap About It podcast. Nigga, let's yap about it, cuz. Heard you talking, cuz. Let's yap about it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Let's yap about it. Yeah. Let's yap about it. Yap About It podcast. Starting raw bass. Yeah. Let's yap about it. We in the mix. Fit too savage. Let's yap about it. Content was so living, had to pray for all of my children. Now the whole world be listening. Talk to niggas from prison, spoke how they was living, how the COs be tripping. Rappers losing on the back end because promoter dudes keep dipping. Seen the show when the dude started out of blood, then start crippin'. Stripper niggas stop tipping, out of game niggas stop flipping. Bad attitude, so he had to move just to keep his ass out of prison. Seen a show about a young hoe, fucked on a sister, man, no apology. Let's yap about it. If the bitch come around me, shit, she can holler at me. Check my Instagram, she was following me, cause she knew I be where them dollars be. Rapid funds, but I keep it going, I fuck you up, no apologies. Live with raw bass. Finish him. Bit too savage. Savage like music.
Y'all, we are back. We are back. Y'all thought I wasn't gonna be here. No, motherfucker, I'm here tonight. Oh yeah. Shout out to everybody joining me tonight, man. We got a lot to yap about tonight. Listen, man. It's going down. I just have to bring some attention to something that just happened, man. Listen. Man, look. Woo-wee! Ozempic faces a $2 billion lawsuit. Ozempic, a drug tested for diabetes and weight loss, is facing one of the largest pharmaceutical legal battles in recent years, with over 1,800 lawsuits already filed in the U.S. courts and growing rapidly. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to also talk about, is it corporate greed among sports teams or not? Prepare yourself as a sports fan, because the cost of watching your favorite team is going up. Why? This is a consumer problem. I'm going to let y'all know about that tonight. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I talked about in that collective bargain agreement. Who was going to pay the cost? It definitely wasn't going to be the players, because they were trying to level themselves, but they ended up shooting themselves in the foot. But it ended always in the line of light. And anything that's corporate, it always costs the customer. We're going to talk about that tonight. Then we're going to talk about this too. Shacarri Richardson arrest footage has been released. Shacarri Richardson arrested. Footage has been released, and since her arrest, she's been awarded a Nike contract. Is this the right message to send to the men and women of the society? Some people say yes. Some people say no. But y'all can chime in on that tonight. Also, I wanted to ask this question. Have black men become the whipping boys of society? We're starting to see more and more of society socially engineering black men being accepting of mistreatment, and why. We're going to dive into that tonight, but I also want to give this one to you also as well. A woman goes viral. Check this out. A woman goes viral for marrying the perfect guy. A woman is making her internet rounds for complaining and regretting marrying the perfect guy. This seems like a trend amongst women, but we're going to get to that tonight too. But I also want to give this one, and this was crazy. A grandmother makes the internet humble with teachings. Grandmother explains the value of a home-cooked meal. She also goes into the detail of what it meant to feed others. But I also want to talk about this too, and they seem like they're starting to get into corporate greed. Reports indicate Volkswagen charging for performance. Some recent reports indicate that Volkswagen is now charging owners of certain EV models a monthly subscription fee to unlock the full performance capabilities of their vehicles. Now, if that ain't good old-fashioned American corporate greed, I don't know what it is. But tonight, we definitely gonna yap about it. So, welcome to the Let's Yap About It podcast. We are changing the world one conversation at a time. I'm Robert Higgins, your host for tonight's program. Please subscribe, share, and hit the like button to let us know we appreciate you for tuning in. The conversation we have is going to be concrete and tough, but nonetheless, we want to spark the brain, entertain, and most of all, explain in detail about what we yapping about. And I just want to thank y'all for joining me tonight, for real. So, without further ado, I want to get into this. You already know who it is. It's Rod the Prob.
What the problem is.
And the problem we got tonight is Ozempic facing a $2 billion lawsuit. Now, we all know that there are a lot of people that have been taking Ozempic and been doing that for a while. However, I want to explain something about this Ozempic situation. When it hit the net today, it hit all the social blog sites, all the vlog spots that, seem important to the layout of how this lawsuit is going, and everybody's formulating their opinion. Now, I know some people that have took Ozempic. I know some people that it has worked for, some people that have taken it and they hadn't gotten results, and then some people that have had some of those side effects. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, if you know anything about Ozempic, let's take it back. Let's take it back to what it was originally meant for, okay? Ozempic was a brand, and it's been sold up under other brands, Wegovy, and I believe the other one is Rybelsus. it belongs to basically a receptor agonist. And I want y'all to understand these drugs were originally approved to treat type 2 diabetes. I'm going to say that again. It was used to treat type 2 diabetes, but it became popular for weight loss because because what the product does is it suppresses the appetite and it helps regulate blood sugar and eventually helps people lose weight. Now the thing is about this situation, and I want to talk about this. In a situation of you using something that was meant for something else, you're using it at your own risk. My heart goes out to the people that were taking it, even that had the effects of diabetes, but even the ones that actually took it for weight loss, you were using it at your own risk. I just want to talk about facts here. I don't want to do no emotional any of that nature because it has nothing to do with the focus point. Now, here's the thing: you took the risk, knowing that it had side effects, and know that any medicine that you take that is prescribed, they're going to list the side effects. Now, if you didn't have type 2 diabetes and you were specifically using that for weight loss, then there was a probability that something possibly could have happened. And guess what? Most times, and let's just be honest, a lot of times in Black culture, we use things that are inappropriately in the pharmaceutical area. Now, most people gonna say, "Oh, what you saying?" I say because at the end of the day, we know people that take Percocets, Valiums, Adderall, all of those things that are meant to do something specifically for the psyche. We know that people are taking them for feel good responsibilities. And we're gonna cut the shit. We're gonna cut the shit. So when it comes to things like that, you are taking it at your own risk. Now, here's the question. Now, out of all of these lawsuits, because I'm going to tell you, they're stockpiling all of these lawsuits because everybody's looking for a payday. I want people to understand what I'm about to say. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here today that want to take the easy route. They do not want to put in the hard work and get the results of a person that actually did the work. I don't give a damn what y'all say, because that's just the truth of the matter. Secondly, in this situation, you were using something that wasn't even supposed to be used for what you was using it for. So therefore, I fault you for being responsible for your own goddamn actions. You got a lot of people out here that are half-asses that wanted to take the easy route, that didn't understand that they were putting themselves at a risk. Now, you want to sue because of what the results that you didn't get. Not only you didn't get the results that you wanted, but then you also want to sue on the fact that guess what? You got the side effects of something that wasn't even supposed to be used like it was in the first place. Now, I want to ask this question, and if anybody wants to join, I put it up here in the chat because it seems like it's always somebody that wants to join the show that never joins the show. And I put this up here. And for the record, I want to address this too. It was a person that said that I'm the only person that actually does lives and what have you and don't invite anybody on. This show, you could come on. Y'all over at TikTok, if y'all listening, hey, y'all can come over here. Y'all can jump over here on this side. Man, you're more than welcome to speak on this situation that we're talking about, especially Ozempic. Bring your high vibrations over here. And I'm going to say this too. And I want to set the record straight. For anybody that said that I ever talked on this live by myself, I almost got 1,000 motherfuckers watching me all the goddamn time. And I don't need your motherfucking viewership. I don't need it. I don't need your handouts. I don't need your help. I built this shit just like our old boy said, brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let a motherfucker discredit me or any of my expertise on this motherfucking show. Now, back to business. When we're talking about Ozempic. Now, I want to say this from a consumer standpoint. I can say this that there is some American greed in this from a consumer standpoint because they wanted the results. They wanted to take the shortcomings. Guess what? You took the shortcut, and now you're in the position that you're in because you did what you did. Now, I know some people that have gotten the great results of Ozempic, but it was also at a risk too. But the thing is, I don't feel that you deserve to be compensated for a risk that you took, knowing goddamn well that it could have been a detriment to your health. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody in the media that's gonna talk. See, it's a lot of people, and I actually went on one of the popular social media sites, and I spoke and I said what I said about the situation. And guess what? Quite a few people agreed with me on that. You know why? Because I think that what we have to start doing is looking in the mirror and understanding the variables, the ins and outs, and the outs and ins of anything that we do, and we have to be accepting. I'm gonna repeat it like Dr. Umar Johnson say, accepting of the fact of what the fuck we doing, what the fuck we choosing, and at the end of the day, we made the choice, so we have to be able to live with our motherfucking choices. See, that's the difference. See, I bring this to it, and I can talk the way I talk so passionately about it because I've been accepting of any and everything. Let me give you a quiet example of the day. I've said some things on this podcast. Yeah, that was controversial. That may have ruffled a couple of feathers. Matter of fact, it ruffled a guy's feathers that ran into me that knew who I was from my podcast. And he was like, I don't like the way that you talk about women and this and that and the third. And I say, well, no, I think you got the wrong person. He was like, oh, I got the right person. I say, well, I tell you what. I say, since you watch since you watch some of my programs, I say, did you ever see the one that said about Black love in 2024? That I've been recently posting, since you want to open your big ass mouth and think that you finna get ready to punk me or think you gonna do something to me? He was like, well, I ain't seen that episode. I say, well, then guess what, motherfucker? You need to log on to my live and you need to go on to my broadcast and you need to scroll down just a little bit down further and see the shit that I actually do and I advocate for Black culture. And then I actually talked to him and I was like, what you gonna do? You approaching me? What you approaching me on? What you want to do something? See, the thing is about me, listen, the gloves is off from now on. Listen to me, man. Anybody approach me on some shit that I said, man, listen, you can have your opinion and say whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't personally give a damn because I'm going to stand on what I say. And if anybody got a problem with it, I'll tell you to your motherfucking face, do something, nigga. Do something. See, I don't hide in basements. I don't listen. I don't hide in basements. I don't sneak around the city. My face is very known, and I move around this city the way I fucking want to, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. And if you got something to say about it, and then the other nigga that had the slick ass comment to say, I'll be at Exotic Pop Sunday. I'll be there. Matter of fact, don't meet me there, beat me there. Because it's no podcast talk about the shit that I talk about, because it's a lot of people like you that got a problem with it that want to be a class clown and distract everybody from getting educated about certain shit that they don't even know that they probably their offspring need to know. You know what I'm saying? I know you was a class clown, but guess what? Look in the motherfucking mirror, nigga. The joke is you. But back to what I was talking about though. This Ozempic situation. This Ozempic situation is serious because you got a lot of people right now changing their teeth, changing their hair, putting fake freckles on their face. Fucking, you got the dudes who are fucking weird trying to get taller. So why not would people do something like this to actually alter themselves and not understanding the risk? We already see so many people dying on the goddamn on the surgeon's table for a BBL. So what the fuck you think that this wasn't gonna be something? So if you can be accepting of the risk of a BBL, why come you couldn't accept the risk of you taking something that you knew was detrimental to you that could actually destroy your inside? Boom. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna do something, don't blame society for your fuck ups and misfortunes. Be accepting of the fact of what you do. And in this lawsuit, do I feel sorry for some of the people? Yes, I do, but only on the diabetic side. Now, if you took something that you knew it was meant for diabetes and you did it and you got this type of result from it, then guess what? You took the motherfucking risk. So yeah, that's what it is. I literally have to go and walk down this because there are a lot of people out here that are justifying this and saying that hey, they're wrong. Now, if you got a prescription illegally for it, then you got whatever you got coming to you. That's just the way it is. And then you gonna try to slide a lawsuit in it, I guarantee that shit'll be dismissed at the snap of a finger. But you might think I'm wrong. Y'all drop in the comments. Listen, I put it in the comment box at the bottom. If you want to get on, listen, the thing is at the bottom and what have you. If you want to come on the show. You want to speak on the situation, come on up here. I don't want nobody hiding in the shadows. Speak up. If you can Twitter finger your ass on social media, you can talk about this and talk about that and have a negative connotation for this and what have you about a whole bunch of dumb shit. Get on some real shit and get on this goddamn page and show me exactly what your perspective is and bring your ass up here. Oh, and I'm issuing a challenge too. Since everybody want to say certain things, I'm issuing a challenge. If you want to bring your ass up here, bring your ass up here. It's more than inviting up here. Bring your ass up here if you got something to say. Don't sit in the shadows. Bring your ass to the front of the congregation and we'll address you as such. Now I want to get to this. Is it corporate greed among sports teams or not? Prepare yourself as a sports fan. The cost of watching your favorite team is going up. Why is this a consumer problem? Well, I'm going to explain this. You heard me talk about a couple of weeks ago about how NFL players didn't leverage their power. Now we see a power move. We're already going to an 18 season game. They're already pushing for an 18 game season in the NFL. And then you see what's going on in the N.B.A. as they transition over there to Disney. I think they're trying to globalize everything, but they're trying to squeeze the juice out of the consumer, especially with the pie that they had to break up with the players. Now, true enough, the players didn't choose leverage like they were supposed to, but nonetheless, they left the hands and the power of Roger Goodell and the owners. So therefore, they're going to make and alter any and everything that needs to be done that is going to switch in their favor. And even if it does mean costing the players or costing the consumer. As I looked and I did the research, check this out. I did the research. We're looking at a seriousness of how much it's going to cost to watch an NFL game. You're talking about the NFL basic plan, right? $6.99. Then you also got the $49.99 season package. It's a live and market primetime games on your phone and what have you. Then you also got the NFL premium package. You know what I'm saying? And that goes up in price. And then you got the Hulu Live that you're going to have to pay $82.99 a month. And that gives you access to the games. And then you got YouTube NFL, that's $73. Man, the Sunday ticket kit range over $1,000. Peacock has some NFL games started at $5.99 a month. Amazon is offering Thursday night football. Now you see they're splicing up the pie the way that they want to splice it up because they know that they want it to benefit who? Not the consumer, but the owners. That bargain agreement that they had on the table, that could have altered the power and shifted the power. You see, the players are already griping about an 18 game season. Now you're seeing the collective bargain agreement flex its power by starting to split up between the TV rights and everything going to all of these different channels. And guess who's going to pay for it? You, the consumer. Now I asked the question, how bad do you want to watch Sunday football? If it's gonna cost you $1,000, now mind you, we've transitioned from the tube TV to flat screen TVs. Now everything is digital streaming. It seems like everything that you really do want to watch is going to be on separate entities because what they're doing is they're watching the viewership on certain subscriptions, and whoever gets the most subscriptions, then they're going to probably subscribe to having the NFL and the TV rights go to those specific subscriptions. What I'm noticing is there's a divide in the pie, but everybody's collectivizing together to take home the pay. I'm gonna tell you this, NFL. I'm not paying no $1,000 to watch millionaires play football. I'm not. And this is what the fuck I be talking about. When I said, oh, about the NFL union, what the fuck is the use of having an NFL union if you're not educating your players and you're putting everything of your expertise into the hands of players? And I'm talking to you players. You taking your expertise and what have you, enrolling it all into one individual. And I'm talking about this individual by the name of Lloyd Howell, who had to step down, who had a series of controversies right before the season started. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm talking about, listen to me. This dude had a conflict of interest on all spaces. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of it. The nigga was tricking on a whole bunch of hoes. Got caught at the strip club doing all types of shit. And I'm pretty sure he was hanging out with the players too. Yeah, he was. Of course, he was hanging out with the players. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make him feel like he was one of them, but he was really ushering the power back into Roger Goodell's hands. You got to watch individuals like that. See, if the guys in the NFL would actually ask the certain questions like you're supposed to do with politicians, give the motherfucking specifics of what you're doing, and hold their feet to the fire, then you wouldn't be in the position that you're in now. Look at the preseason games. They talking about extending, that's just in controversy of extending preseason games. 18 game series. 18 game seasons. Come on, man. Look what's going on. The next collective bargain agreement, I'm going to ask this question. NFL players, are you going to take your power or are you going to put it right back in the hands of the NFL commissioner and owners? And the reason why I bring this up, because it has to be talked about, is because this right here is going to shape everything as far as advertisements and everything. It's becoming too corporatized to the point of where it's costing the consumer damn near a life savings in order to enjoy a game of football. We understand that you have to have advertisements and things like that. And let me talk about the NBA too. I am pro player, especially when it comes to the NFL. I believe that they deserve the dollars because these guys are gladiators. These guys are putting their names and putting their bodies on the lines for wins. I get that. But however, there has to be a point, and I'm talking to the NFL players. It has to be to a point to where you have to garner and get the attention of the NFL owners by actually leveraging yourself in the collective bargain agreement to say, hey, look, yes, we know that we are taking the risk. Yes, we know that you're actually financing the product. But however, you cannot be treated then just like a less than just because you handed me millions, because we know that you have access to millions because you actually have a draft every year coming and can replace me. However, I want to be able to walk off the field. I want to be able to not have CTE. I want to be able to live a comfortable life without me having to walk with a cane. Shout out to Earl Campbell, who they ran into the ground. I want those players to be able to live comfortable lives after football. Players, you got to care about yourself. You have to. Yes, you get the money, but you also got to leverage the power too. Understand that in this situation, even in the NBA, it's going to cost fans. It's going to cost fans. And I'm asking this question, and y'all could drop in the comment and let me know. I'm asking y'all, is it worth paying $1,000 season after season? So if you think about it, if you really paid for everything and wanted to watch NFL games or NBA games, could you really watch them all? Can you honestly say that who's your favorite team? Or are you going to be able to follow them the entire season? And if you feel that $1,000 is an okay price when we just was watching them on cable, on ESPN, and watching them on TNT, if you think that $1,000 is okay, then you must be out your motherfucking rabbit ass mind. I ain't paying it. I know how to watch it. I just ain't gonna tell y'all. Trust me, I know how to watch it, but I damn sure ain't paying no goddamn $1,000 a motherfucking year. Nah, not at all. But I want to ask y'all, man, listen, when this show is over, I want y'all to get down there in the comments. Please let me know what you think. Because when I talk about these type of things, people be thinking I'm crazy. And people be thinking that, like, man, listen, it affects you in the long run. It seems like the most people who can't afford it are going to pay the most. And I feel like I have to say that because me watching football and me watching basketball, the nostalgia factor of me coming up watching it, the NFL and watching the different teams and me watching, Michael Jordan and different things like that. Yes, we watched it, but at the end of the day, it wasn't an end all and be all. And when I said end all and be all, I'm end all and be all to the point to where it was like, damn, it's gonna cost me damn near a quarter to continue. Like you playing at the arcade. Continue. Nah, man, it's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be in a whole different light. We're supposed to be in a whole different shape, especially when it comes to things like that. And I think that with this coming out, the way that it's come out, and then them announcing it the way that they're announcing it, I think it's a disservice to the people. And I'm gonna tell you, NFL, NBA, clean that shit up. Because at the end of the day, look at the All-Star game. The All-Star game was trash. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really into it and enthusiastic about the All-Star game, NBA. And then guess what? You're losing viewership because of that. You're not gonna make up on the back end because your ratings are down because you're not putting out great product. Hey, at the end of the day, you fired the nostalgic people that made people want to watch the NBA in the first place. Shout out Van Gundy. Shout out Mark Jackson, who should have a coaching spot in the NBA, but we already know the reason why. But I'm going to say this, though. If you brought the nostalgia, like you bringing Michael Jordan back, bring the people that can appreciate the game and understand the value of the game. Just like when these guys that are talking the basketball experience because they did it. Yeah, man, we need those type of cats. We need a Kevin Garnett on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying, being entertaining and actually bringing that value and that nostalgia back to the game. Shout out to, man, listen to me. Shout out to Kevin Garnett. Shout out to Paul Pierce podcast. Shout out to also all the people that paved the way, like Mark Jackson, Van Gundy, Reggie Miller, those guys who laid down the foundation that played great careers in basketball and went on to commentating. Shout out to them. But I'm telling you, fuck that. I'm not paying it. You can pay it. I'm not paying it, though. That's just me. But I also wanted to bring up this situation. Shacarri Richardson arrest footage has been released. Shacarri Richardson arrest footage has been released. Since her arrest, she's been awarded a Nike contract. But just by the actions, and I want to go into details about this, you tell me if this is the type of person that is remorseful. Since then, she released a statement or what have you and an apology. But I want you to look at this apology. But I want you to check this footage out first. Y'all check this out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is the position that Christian Coleman put me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Shacarri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Having put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it.
I just want to get your side.
Okay, absolutely. You can ask him whatever you need to ask him. But yeah, you're a coward.
Is it Shacarri?
Shacarri.
Shacarri.
Thank you so much, Shacarri.
Hey, Shacarri.
And I'm going to do my part so you can do your best document everything. I would never.
You still put your hands.
I'm under arrest right now? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay. I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now? Christian.
He doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I will never you again. Ever.
You gotta go
I want to stop it. As you can see, she was name calling him from a distance, calling him a coward, angry, disgusted with the whole situation in itself that she caused. Now I'm going to ask y'all, and y'all can get in the comments, y'all tell me, from a person from that perspective, we talking about from the jump, already in an argumentative state, even with the police sitting right there. Is that justifiable? Calling this man a coward, that's your boyfriend. This ain't nobody that's off the side of the street, somebody that you don't know. This is somebody that you do know and you had a physical confrontation with. Now, I want to take it back to this, and I want to educate you ladies, and I want to educate you brothers on something. Anytime there is an unwarranted touch, it is assault. Anytime you are touched in a way that is caught off guard, that is not welcoming, that is assault. You can see she had already did this. The camera showed that she had already did that. Now here we are in the process, the due process of what I'm saying is as far as understanding what the situation was when the police arrived. You have to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot put your hands on people, no matter what context that you two understand. The world doesn't understand that. And understand when you do put your hands on a man or you put your hands on a woman, there are a lot of people that have been through traumatic experiences. There are a lot of people that have went through these dramatic experiences, have been abused, have been assaulted, have been punched, have been kicked, have been beat with baseball bats, beat with rod irons, all types of things. You have to understand that right there can be a triggering effect. And sometimes those people have went through therapy, have went through the cries, have went through the heartaches, who went through the process, right? And they see it again and they say, no, I'm not going to be a victim, and I damn sure ain't going to let nobody else become a victim. Shout out to Fat Joe with Delusional Records. Hey, you can't be delusional of the fact that you think that you're the only person existing out here. And for her to have that type of arrogance and to have that type of entitlement, when you sit here and you look at her saying that I'm going to comply, but he's a coward, and then says, I'm blaming you for a situation, does that look like a person that is really sorry? I want you to look at this because this could be your son. This could be your daughter. This could be your family member actually engaged in a situation like this. And I know, and I've said this, people pick sides. But the thing is, I'm going to choose righthood over womanhood or manhood every motherfucking time. So at the end of the day, you got to understand when you are in the public eye, you are to conduct yourself as a professional at all times, because in society, as it functions the way that it functions like it's supposed to, anything that's out of place and out of order, guess what? They're going to get it back in order. And it's not to your definition and not to your understanding. It is to societies and whatever laws that have been placed. You can put yourself in an imposition for you to lose every time. See, there's no podcast talking about shit like this because they want to keep up the nonsense and the bullshit. All the blog sites not going to explain it. They just going to let the situation go, but they don't have no fully explanation of the situation in itself so that cultures can actually understand the concept and actually be able to guard themselves to keep them out of fucked up situations like this. That's why I do my program, because I want a lot of these young brothers and young sisters to understand that guess what? It only takes one situation that's minute that can destroy your motherfucking life beyond recovery. You know, they say, Rob,
What the problem is?
the problem is with our society, we get so carried away in our emotions and feelings that we think that our emotions supersedes our intelligence. And in these type of situations, there are a lot of brothers who are behind bars for things that they didn't do. There are a lot of sisters in jail behind bars, behind men, by what they didn't do. And their lives are ruined forever until they can actually get the truth out. And that can take years, but it's already on their record. This young lady is too much in a powerful position to look at her and to see her display her ways and actions in front of the world. Now, most people say, oh, well, it was just between them. Bullshit. No, because guess what? You're always a TMZ situation of explaining some shit that you didn't do. No, I'm not guessing my way through this because there are a lot of people out here that are waiting. They got their hands clapping together, waiting to put themselves in that type of position so that they can play victim. Shout out Shannon Sharp. You have to understand the way you conduct yourself in public is going to tell whether your ass is going to jail or not. But let's continue.
Okay. Can we please like hold these, like protect, like show these or something? Like this is like completely unacceptable. Can I at least pay for bail? I cannot bail out? Can I at least take the clothes off in the back seat, please? I'm not gonna resist y'all.
Is your name Miss Richardson?
My name is Shacarri Richardson.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have anything. You can take my hat off. I don't have anything on me.
So I'm just giving you a transport vehicle.
Can you please take these off?
Unfortunately not, ma'am.
I'm not a criminal.
I know you're not, but
I'm not a criminal. I had an argument with my boyfriend.
Can you take a seat in the car, please?
You know what? I'm not resisting y'all. I will sit in the car.
I want to show y'all something. Even in her moment of truth of when she was actually being arrested in that situation, she still couldn't come to grips of her not being a criminal. Listen, anytime you perform something that's against the law, it's called a criminal act. Make no mistake about that. And y'all at TikTok, man, I want y'all to come over here, man. Look, join the conversation. Listen, if you got a rebuttal, I'm all for it. I want you to understand that anytime that you put yourself in a bad position like that and then her being arrested, this is where I say you're delusional. This is where the delusion sets in. You sitting here have already been caught on camera. Because guess what? Even I guarantee this, even if they showed her the motherfucking footage, she still perceived herself as being innocent. She would still perceive herself as being innocent. And I think it's a disservice. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm looking at the behavior. And now, if I'm putting myself and I'm putting my money on the line and I see this type of display, I would respectfully have to pull back. Because even in the instance of it being to the point of where it drawn attention by law enforcement, you still have this facade that you're innocent. But let's continue on to the last part of this footage and I'm going to explain something.
This is crazy. Y'all not even listening to me. I do. You want me to take it off? It's not a weapon. Like, I'm not resisting. How to argue with my boyfriend? Can y'all please just listen to me as a person? It's Shacarri.
You have to go ahead and...
This is crazy. Are you serious right now? Because I'm arguing with my boyfriend.
Miss Richardson.
So one thing.
One thing. I just want
what
you
do
to
you need me to do?
So they searched you out here, okay? Once we go to the jail facility, they're gonna search you again. If there's anything that they missed, it might be considered a
I don't
felony
have
under-
anything
I just
on
wanna
me
give
but
you
my
the opportunity.
corset.
Okay. All right.
I'm letting you know right now. I have shoes on and my corset. I don't have
I
any
don't
weapons
hear you out,
or
okay? I just need
anything.
you to just be calm for me. I know
But
it's
that's
a
not
bad
fair.
situation.
I argued my boyfriend.
I
I'm taking
wasn't
me to
there.
jail.
I'm just gonna try and help
Y'all
you as best I
gonna take
can.
me to jail because I argued.
I'm going to say this and I want to get to the nitty gritty of this. And this is going to be the most realest thing I ever say. I want you to understand something. Even it didn't dawn until she was in the back of the police car. It didn't dawn that the situation was already out of hand prior to the situation of her explaining herself in front of law enforcement. It took her being in the back seat of the vehicle. And guess what? It dawned on her right then, even kind of before when she said about bonding out. Trying to bond out of a situation that she's deemed minor in her eyes. But like I said, the world is watching. And you got to understand that a posed threat to him, and he might just be downplaying it. And this is her boyfriend. And he can overlook things. Yes, we have had heated arguments. We've all been in that. I've been in those situations where those arguments get heated, but it's never supposed to be to the point to where it brings on public embarrassment. That's the key ingredient of what I'm talking about. Public embarrassment. When you're able to do things out of the norm and actually do it in public and then justify it. And what I'm saying is, because she just didn't do it once. If you go back to last week when I showed the footage, it was twice. And then proceeding to push him up against a wall. That right there is perceived in a situation that can put him and his career in jeopardy. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, we know in situations like this that the police are always going to ask the woman what happened first. And in this case, you've seen that. You see what I'm saying? Think about how many brothers that are incarcerated and locked up behind of a situation that they didn't even do. And the first person they went to is the female. Had it not been a other couple of bystanders. Now think about that for a second in our society and our culture of us being the whipping boys. And I want to talk about that next. Just imagine if there was no witnesses and they took her word for it. We would be talking about him instead of her. Because guess what? We've seen a situation with a black man who took off running from his assailant. Took off running. And they still found him guilty for assault. Y'all, you better understand how real this shit gets out here. And I'm talking to you brothers. Man, don't never let yourself get put in an imposition to where somebody can actually take you off this earth. And when I say take you off the earth, not necessarily in the soul sense, but I'm talking about take you to where you can't vote, take you to a place to where you can't get an opportunity of a job when you knew that you was destined for success. And I'm talking to the ladies too. You want your sons in those positions? I'm talking to you fathers. You want your sons in those positions? Then you need to start teaching them and educating them on people that play victimhood and looking for situations that, guess what, no matter what they do, they're going to find themselves out of that situation and going to place your child as the blame. See, I talk like this because there is nobody talking like this. And if y'all over here on TikTok, man, come to the YouTube page. Listen, y'all come and chime in on this Shacarri situation. Listen, the floor is yours. I already done put the link in the chat. Man, y'all do what y'all do, man. I don't have no problem anybody coming over here and we actually having a high vibrational conversation. But I really, really want y'all to understand on the YouTube page. And the YouTube page is Let's Yap About It podcast, and you can find it over here. I say this because I've been in that type of situation as a kid, and I had a teacher lie on me. Most definitely, yes. I was in a situation where I was in middle school and I was having fun. And this is a person that I went to elementary school with, that I was brought up with, ain't never had no problems, had no issues with. It was after lunch. I'm going to tell this story because I want you to understand exactly why I don't fuck around when it comes to shit like this. It's because when we were actually coming from lunch, and I remember it like yesterday, having fun, we laughing, you know what I'm saying? We upstairs on the second floor. I get hit with a newspaper, a balled up newspaper on my ass, swinging it, playing. She playing, just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I end up getting it. I swung and hit her back. I didn't hit her on her ass. I hit her on the leg. But guess what? There was a teacher that tried to step in and say that I actually hit her on the ass inappropriately. So I ended up having to go down to the office and explain myself in the situation. And this was before all the cameras and all this type of stuff. And I was like, that don't even make any sense. She hit me, but what she was trying to do was coerce her into a situation to make me look bad. And I never liked that lady. I never spoke to this lady. I never had a class with this lady. I never fucked with this lady a day in my life. And to this day, if I ever seen her with a Jerry curl dripping ass, she better walk right past me and not say shit. And this is why I say the impact that it had on me since middle school. I don't fuck around. I never fucked around like that. And there's people out here that look for victimhood and look for situations to put you in. It might not necessarily be them, but it could be somebody else on the outside looking in. And that's why I say you have to protect yourself at all times. You have to keep your head on the swivel because you do not know exactly what could happen in this type of situation. And as you can see, Shacarri, who was the first approached before the man, this situation without the proper witnesses could have went left. y'all not hearing me though. Y'all not hearing me. But I wanted to explain this because I want us to be protected. And most of all, I want us young brothers to be respected. I don't want us to be used and abused in every which way, which brings me to my furthest point of what I was talking about tonight in that situation with Shacarri. Have black men become the whipping boys of society? We are starting to see more and more of society socially engineering black men being accepting of mistreatment and why. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And I want to talk about Ryan Clark for a second, the biggest panderer of them all. I don't know what is going on with this guy, but he is a fucking weirdo to me. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I think he's a fucking weirdo. He looks for opportunities that are obvious to so he could jump on that bandwagon so he could leverage himself in the media class. I want to say this to him. He said, and I quote him on this, he said that, guess what? There should be a certain level of bias when it comes to men and women because most women get assaulted. Brother, that is the wrong approach to take on that across the board because we got a lot of innocent brothers in jail right now for situations that they did not do. And I want to say this, and I want to correct Ryan Clark because obviously he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. In situations, they should be assessed out because I don't think at the expense of any black man in this country, he should have to be arrested or be put in jail behind something that he didn't do. We already seen that situation a long time ago, dumb motherfucker with Emmett Till. For being lied on and said that he whistled at a white woman. So how the fuck can you sit there and say something like that, Ryan Clark, when you sit there and know that we have been so many countless black men that have been put in jail based on innocence? How can you sit there and make such a statement? Oh, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to grow your podcast and you're trying to pander. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to sway the court of public opinion in those situations. And in those type of situations, you got to be very careful, Ryan Clark. You have to be careful. And I have to correct you because it's people like you that are send an innocent man in jail, no matter what the circumstances, no matter the evidence or whatever, you'll just want to see that particular person go to jail. And I don't respect that about you. And I'll never respect that about any man that is willing to lie and testify on the behalf of a black man that didn't do shit. I can't fuck with you, man. I don't. I can't fuck with niggas like that. I never have, never will. See, that's what we got to start bringing back. We got to start bringing back that foundation of respect, that respect system, that honor system. That's what's lacking in 2025. See, a lot of times these people in certain levels of friendship, it's going to cost you or they're going to sacrifice you in the name of getting something else, which means is you'll be their stepping stool for them to be able to carry on and be in a success, which means is they'll fake friend you, put their arm around you, but they really don't fuck with you like that. And that's the type of dude Ryan Clark is. That's why I wasn't surprised that even though he's wild and crazy as he is, Antonio Brown had a lot to say about him. He didn't fuck with him. I know authentic people when I see him, and I see opportunists, and Ryan Clark is a motherfucking opportunist. So, Ryan Clark, let me get you straight and get you told real fast. Don't ever say no stupid ass shit like that, bro, because there's a lot of brothers that's in jail and incarcerated behind shit that was circumstantial, that didn't even make sense, but guess what? They wanted that black man to be guilty. So I believe that if we're ever going to right those wrongs, we have to challenge. And when I say challenge us as ourselves and detaching our emotions from shit and get with the facts, get with the tangible facts, get with the evidence, get with the shit that makes sense. Not no emotional reaction just because you feel the way that you feel. Nah, bro, I gotta correct you. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up, Ryan Clark, because you don't know what the fuck you be talking about. But I want to get back to the subject about black men being the whipping boys of society, because what we do is we see this gender war that is playing us left and right. We see right now on both sides of the men and women that there is such of, even if you're a perfect person, even if you're handling your business like you're supposed to, there's still a but. I'm sick of the fucking butt. Because at the end of the day, if we're not building families, then what the fuck are we building? What are we building? If we're not building two-parent households to leave a legacy, then what is the purpose? Because all I'm seeing right now in our public eye is a whole bunch of ass shaking and baddies and different shit like that. And it has been detrimental to our culture, as we can see the AIDS epidemic and the HIV epidemic on the rise in the most predominantly black cities across America. It's not working. It's time to put the dumb shit down and pick up a book, read, and start understanding shit. It's a lot of motherfuckers who don't like to read. It's a lot of motherfuckers who want to just go in life and just freestyle. Nah, man. Always remember this, and I said this today in the conversation, and I can say it again. Freestyles don't make hits. You have to write. You write hit records. You don't freestyle hit records. So in order for you to get a hit in life to accomplish those goals, you have to consistently write this type of shit down. You know why? Because you always want to have it as a point of reference. And guess what? I said this back in 2022 during the pandemic when I said that the syphilis rate was already up high. Now, are you really surprised that the HIV rate is high now? I have the episode. If you go in my episodes back when I said that the world is in chaos and who runs it, that very episode, I explained it. Just a couple of months ago, I had a nurse who's a traveling nurse that travels all over the United States of America that guaranteed damn near doubles of the HIV rate that's right now in the predominantly areas that are black. We talking Houston here. We talking Los Angeles. We talking New York. We talking about Philadelphia. We're talking about up there in Baltimore. We're talking Miami. We're talking about all the places that we like to dwell and like to have fun. Atlanta. So what the fuck you talking about? There ain't no podcast talking this real shit like this because they want to keep you in the clouds and keep you fucking entertained. Guess what? I do want to entertain you, but I also want to spark that motherfucking brain so that you can understand how serious it is. Because just because you want to fucking have AIDS doesn't mean that your child want to have AIDS too. Yeah. You might think that shit cool, but guess what? That shit, that karma and shit can trickle down to your family. Because guess what? I got a daughter. Hopefully she has the right pickings of a good man that she can actually trust, that's not out here fucking up, that can give my daughter to cut her lifeline short. See, a lot of times y'all be like, oh yeah, it's cool, YOLO, whatever, until that shit hit your children. I know about 6 people with their children in the ages of 21, 22 already have HIV, already got syphilis, already had herpes. And it's something that they can never get rid of. You see the problem? That's why I talk the shit that I talk. But it's real shit. I can't be focused on bullshit because this needs to be put out here. And it is such a refreshing feeling when I can walk in a Kroger's and somebody recognize me because of the work and the body of work that I've done. And they've slid these episodes to their children. Some of the same kids that I taught back at Spring High School come and reach me and say, hey, man, I just want to appreciate you and let you know I appreciate you for all the things and the foundation that you laid. You was real with me. I didn't have a father, but somewhat you was like a father figure to me, man, and you gave me some real game. You really put the paint where it ain't and said what others can't, which was my mother, bro, but I appreciate you. And I'm out here and I'm working and I'm grinding and I'm becoming a better man. You know what I'm saying? You holding my feet to the fire. That's what we don't have in the culture, that structure and that discipline, because guess what? Everybody out of line and everybody out of order's got an STI or a sexually transmitted disease. There's somebody right now just discovering that they got HIV and they've been keeping it on the low. Yeah, right now. It's some children right now going to bed knowing that they got HIV or got herpes and they can't get rid of it and they ain't even told their parents yet. It's some kids right now that have experimented with sex for the very first time and have caught AIDS already. But it gets quiet when we talk like that. You know why it gets quiet when we talk like that? Because that's not a message that nobody wants to hear. But personally, I don't give a fuck. I personally don't give a fuck if you don't hit the like button. But it's a truth that needs to be said, and it's a truth that needs to be read. And if we're gonna add some structure to our lives, then the black men cannot become the whipping boys of society. We cannot be looked at as an accessory bag. We can't be looked at as a Yorkie. We can't be looked at as just something that, guess what? After I've had my sexual exploitations with this man and I've drained him of his finances, the second he don't do something, then I'm gonna get his ass locked up. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is gonna be the most controversial shit that I say tonight, but I do feel this in my heart. You can drop a comment and we can talk about it. We can yap about it. I believe in 2025, majority of our black women look at black men through the eyes of white supremacy. I honestly believe that they look at us through the eyes of white supremacy. As I can see, and I told you, I've done the research and I'm looking at our culture. We still have not moved the needle in percentage of progress in the economic field, in the education field, which we do not control, law, labor, religion, politics, all of that, entertainment, and even health. That's why we need our young black boys to be the leaders that they need to be. Not the leader that, guess what, he's driving it, and then guess what, when you want to feel like taking over the wheel, you take it over, but then when we damn near ready to crash and we crash out, you want to put the wheel back in my hands and blame me. Nah, we're not doing that no more. And I challenge any young black man and young black women, stay the hell away from people who want to despise a man of wisdom. Anybody that despises a man of wisdom, stay the fuck away from them, because I'm going to tell you this, all they going to do is weed you away from the wisdom, and then they're going to lead you directly to stupidity. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, if you got a circle of friends that you love and you care about, man, make sure you keep them tightly knitted. Don't let them fall by the wayside. Always keep them encouraged. Always keep them positive. Always keep them energized, because at the end of the day, you might need that energy. So you collectivize, young black brothers, you collectivize together. You say that I'm going to be relentless and uncompromising in my way of life, because I know that I'm destined for greatness. And I'm not going to let no motherfucker get in my way. I ain't gonna let now motherfucker get in my way, because at the end of the day, I deserve the success because I put in the fucking work. I didn't let nobody detour me, misguide me, or put me in a bad imposition to where I could lose it all, because you're deserving of it. And don't never let no motherfucker tell you different. Never. And I mean that. I challenge you, black man. I challenge you, black women, to get the fuck away from those people that are miserable, because misery loves company. But I'm going to show you something tonight, and what I was talking about being a whipping boy. And that example is this. A woman goes viral, marrying the perfect guy, talking about the man handled his business, making her rounds for complaining and regretting. But I really want you to see the stupidity of where our culture is in 2025. No bullshit. I want you to check this out. You tell me.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, like, not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I have a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all. I've always had a dream of, like, getting out of my hometown, like, city, and moving on, like, moving forward. Like life is supposed to be experience. Like, we're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that, and I do all of that. But at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And I don't know, like, and there's gonna be some bitches out there that say, like, oh no, you should not. No, like, be fucking weird and not a real ass couple. But I really want girls to know, like, even if it's absolutely worth it, I don't think it is. Even if you found the most perfect man, it's not worth it. It's not, like, it's always gonna be best to just, like, be alone. And maybe that's why so many men tell older women they're gonna die alone and be so sad. I'm sad with a great man. Like, I just, maybe it's just, like, not my personality. And, like, I know girls are out there and they're, like, dying for, like, a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but, like, I'm sorry, like, you can't, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions. Imagine somebody that you know for such a short amount of time, because you're never gonna know that man like you think you do, and that's just not in a negative way. Like, I just don't think marriage is for me, and I'm tired of it, and I don't know what else to do, because this is like imagine living a fairy tale and it's nothing like you imagined it. You're living your literal fairy tale, and it's not what you want. It's not what you want. Even if you think that you want it, even if it's exactly what you dreamed of, it's still just...
I've heard enough. And I want to say this before you say anything in the comments to you stupid motherfuckers. Before you sit there and say, oh, I can completely understand. I want to say this. These are the type of people that are mentally ill. And when I say mentally ill, meaning they do things and they don't understand the impact of what they're doing. You waited 6 years of enjoying the access to what most women would dream of. You said that. You said that you have the perfect guy. And even the perfect guy isn't enough. Two things I'm guessing. You've been fed so much bullshit in your life to where you can't even identify who you are. And I want to say this, and this is probably going to be controversial too, but I'm going to say that the internet killed nostalgia. And the reason that I believe that the internet killed nostalgia is because everybody is in this pressure cooker situation of relationships based on the internet and not based in real life. Let me even the odds when I say this. There is a smorgasbord of men and smorgasbord of women that are on social media that in one instant can catch you vulnerable and actually make you regret the bad decision that you're going to make for the rest of your life. Most people don't understand that nostalgia is built on the good and the hardships of your relationship. I said this in a short the other day about everybody sitting there staring at the goddamn table and scared to put things on the table when you both trying to eat. But it was just more than just a food reference, but it was more of a reference of who you are as a person. For you to understand, if you put empathy on that table, the other person may have never understood it, but then as you get with that person, they start to relate to the empathy because now they're experiencing it. When you put things like consideration and patience on the table, which that significant other may have never had, when you start putting those things on the table, those things can be eaten and understood and digested for not just their sake, but also for your sake too. When you see situations like this, when she said that she had the perfect guy that is willing to do any and everything for her, I believe she looks at it just like a test, no different than Tia Mowry looked at her husband. To you slow, illiterate, stupid, idiot, stupid motherfuckers, marriage is not a course. Marriage is not a college course that you ace and you take for 4 years and then you're done and you move on to something else. There are so many people right now in their 30s, even in their 20s, that have written off love because they have been through so many people, so many situations. And young lady, I want to tell you this right now. There is nothing out here in this world. There is nothing out here that you really found a needle in a stack of needles, because ain't no brothers putting up the bread, ain't no brothers making the sacrifices, ain't no brothers actually wanting to do anything because they've been burnt so bad. So consider yourself lucky, because at the end of the day, you only get one bite at the apple, and if you're lucky, two. And that's it. You're not going to find them because the people have been ran through so much to the point they can't even fathom and accept in love. They can't even accept a person actually truly being into them, liking your quirkiness, liking your weirdness, liking your crazy ways, and they're willing to accept you for you. And in this situation, I'm looking at this young brother who accepted you for you. And even in your worst moment, you telling the motherfucking internet, you not telling your husband. The internet killed nostalgia. That nostalgia in this situation should be discussed for the husband, not for the world. And guess what? You enjoyed the trips. You took advantage of the money. You took advantage of all the things that you wanted to see in life. That lets me know that I'm looking at this young generation and they're looking at marriage as nothing but a course. They are not in it to win it. They're not in it for the longevity. They are not in it to build something that will be lifelong and lasting for the next generation, to be able to take those teachings, modernize it, and to make the next generation better. This is where we're at in our society, to where young women are crying in cars for having the life that they always wanted. It's disgusting and it's a disservice, because like I said in that earlier text, that black men have become the whipping boys of society. I'm talking about getting to reach the pinnacle of top 10%, top 1%, and even that's not good enough. And we wonder why we're in the situations of a HIV. We're in the STD. We're in a herpes. We're in a syphilis. We're in a gonorrhea situation that we in. It's because even the one most powerful thing, and this is for the believers, you don't have to believe, this is up to you. For even the people that are the believers of what God adores, God adores marriage. And you're taking it and making it like it's a list, a bucket list for you to accomplish. You're not going to be happy. Because the moment that you step out them doors and realize that the men that want you is only for a limited time only, like the Batman McDonald's cup, you know what I'm saying, that you used to get only for a limited time, like the McRib is back for a limited time only, you're going to be wanting to run back to your husband. But I'm going to say this, and I want to talk to you ladies who treat marriage the same way too. You only get one bite, maybe two at the apple if you're lucky. But a man never forgets how you treat him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A man never forgets how you treat him. And to you brothers, it's the same thing. I got to get on y'all too. If y'all taking this thing a marriage of just for you to just be comfortable in and to just reap the benefits out of, I assure you, you're going to be in for damnation for a while. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I hope that young lady talks to a real couple of marriage that's been married 25, 30 years, that have had that nostalgia and that staying power. And she makes the right decision and the sound decision to stay married. But I can assure you, if this message was to ever reach her, I'm telling you, hey, it's nothing out here. Enjoy your marriage, because ain't nothing out here but a whole bunch of STDs and a whole bunch of mentally unstable people that are not ready to pair a bond with anybody. Last but not least, I want to talk about this. This grandmother makes the internet humble with teachings. Grandmother explains the value of a home cooked meal. She also goes into the detail of what it meant to feed others. So y'all come in, y'all tap in, and let me know what y'all think. But I think Granny was giving some golden jewels and some golden rules, and she was doing her thing. Y'all check this out.
No one is trying to make you eat something, but you need to know the value of respect. That is the key. Respect. The hard work that goes into putting together a meal for a group of people, and enough for others to come in and have food. Ain't nobody came in here that sat down and ate and complained about that but you. You the only one complaining. You the only. I'm clocking you, girl. I'm clocking you.
As you can see, Granny breaking it down, the value and the respect factor of being able to create a meal. And let's just be honest, there's a lot of people right now in 2025 that can't throw down and cook. That's just the real. There are a lot of people out here that can't cook. And understanding the value of a home cooked meal when you ain't having to go out and buy, man, that saves you time, that saves you money, and it understands that it's a signal that the person at home loves you. We need more grandmothers like that. We need more grannies like that, that are sitting down, putting in the work, and teaching these young boys and young girls exactly of what it is, and not what they wished it to be, what they hoped it to be, but it actually is what it is. Shout out to Granny. I'm glad I had a grandmother who taught me some things. She taught me how to farm. She taught me how to plant vegetables and different things like that, pick a pecan tree, do all of those things that hold a place and value in my life right now. I am very, 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 very happy. I'm very humbled by the experience that I had with my grandmother, because we don't understand the significance of having the elders with the wisdom to put us in a position ahead of the game. We're not supposed to be taking 10 steps back. We're supposed to be taking 10 steps forward. And if you got a grandmother that is around, please listen to her. Please listen to her at the end of the day, because she is a book, a library of information that can get you to and fro, even in your hard times and your hardships. Rest in peace, Attribute Johnson, who was a staple in Waco, Texas, man. That was my grandmother. And I have listened to so much of what she taught me. And that was the true essence and true value of what we're supposed to value as men and women, and how we hold ourselves to a standard. And yes, Granny was holding her grandbaby to a standard. And I applaud her for it, because we need more of that. You know, I told you all the loudmouths that actually could come in and actually have this conversation and chat with me. They never come and chat, because I told them, listen, I'm not here to debate. I'm just here to teach. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that, one of my golden rules, you know what I'm saying, that I learned from John Henry Clark. You know what I'm saying? If you ever get a chance, check out some of his lectures, some of his books, man, some of his teachings can actually empower you and strengthen your life. You know what I'm saying? I told you, I put the comment in the chat. I tell anybody, comment. A lot of people comment after, because a lot of times when I do these shows, it's late night. But I invite everybody, come on to the show. Let's have a panel. Like I said to the motherfucker who had some wild shit to say, I'll be at Exotic Pop. You know what I'm saying? You can ask me whatever you want to ask me in public. I told you, I don't fear no man on this planet. I do what I do because it's the moment of truth. And don't ever get it fucked up, because before Malcolm X was Malcolm X, he was also motherfucking Detroit Red. So don't ever get it confused. So you think that I'm Chick-fil-A. Nah, I'm Popeyes under the skies, bro. So yeah, man, y'all tap in. Listen, if y'all watching the show or whatever, watching it on live stream, man, I appreciate y'all for joining me, man, for real. But I got one more topic that I want to touch on, man, and this is exactly what I was talking about when it comes to corporate greed. This is something that's real. Reports indicate Volkswagen charging for performance. Some recent reports indicate that Volkswagen is now charging owners of a certain EV models a monthly subscription fee to unlock full performance capabilities of their vehicles. So you mean to tell me that I'm buying a vehicle and then I got to pay more to access the full specs of my own vehicle? Volkswagen, I'm going to ask this question.
What the problem is?
What the fuck are y'all thinking? I don't think that that's going to be a hit thing, because at the end of the day, if somebody wants to buy a vehicle right then off the lot, they want access to everything that they're supposed to have off the vehicle. Now, if I see a most likely trend in other car companies and different things like that, I hope not to see this, especially when it comes to the Dodge Charger and different things like that, these fast vehicles. I think they're going to find a way to bypass that. I don't think that there's going to be something that that will last long, and I think they're going to lose a lot of customers when it comes to that. But it just goes to show you about American fucking corporate greed. You know what I'm saying? I'm already buying the car, and now you want to charge me subscriptions on me driving my car? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? If I can't drive it off the lot, if I can't get a scat pack straight out the scat, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it. I don't want it. And I tell anybody, if you're gonna buy a motherfucking vehicle, do not put your motherfucking do not sign your name on the dotted line unless you're getting all the performance of the vehicle. Don't pay for all of this. I'm paying $30,000, $60,000, $70,000 for a vehicle, and I'm only accessing about 10% of its performance power. And I want y'all to be careful with that on these new vehicles. Look at your gas mileage. Look at all this performance stuff. It's going to cost you more in order to save gas. They're trying to figure out a way to charge you on everything. I want y'all, America, I want y'all to be aware. I want y'all to be paying close attention to this next couple of years as these type of rollouts come. As you see, when you watching TV, they want you to pay for everything. For your car, they want you to pay for everything. It's more and more corporate greed. But you know what I say to corporate greed? Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them twice at the end of the day, because I am here for the people, and I do represent the people, and I do this shit for the people. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do this shit for the people. So if y'all ever get a chance, listen, y'all, I want y'all to tap in, drop them comments. Listen, I interact back. Yesterday, Saturday, when I dropped the episode, man, I had a flood of people come over there for the Dr. Umar episode. Man, I was answering back all day while I was at work. Listen to me, so you can understand how I do this shit. I worked 10 hours, came here, drop this episode for y'all. It's going to be available. Listen, I want y'all to comment, and I really want y'all to grow with me and go with me every place that I go, because I stand on business, man. This is what I do for real. And I also want to do this too. I want to send a special shout out, because tonight's broadcast is by yours truly. Listen, tonight's broadcast is brought in part by Bomade Vodka, not only the official drink of the Let's Yap About It podcast, it is one of the best lemon-infused spirits out. From the hand-squeezed organic lemons infused for refreshing taste, it will set the tone to any occasion. Made from real ingredients, this is the taste that you're looking for or will enjoy for times to come. Shout out to Bomade Vodka, for real, for real. I just want to pay a couple bills. Pay a couple bills. I just want to pay a couple bills, man, because I'm just vibing tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zone and Lifestyle at checkout. Enter ZLFS. That's Zone and Life free shipping and get free shipping on the new exclusive pieces. You seen what I've advertised? The Allen Iverson, the Kevin Durant here representing the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? We also got the Kobe Bryant. Man, the Carmelo Anthony, listen, they're available. Go down there to zoneandlifestyle.com and check out. Enter ZLFS. Get free shipping on your stuff today. Don't play for real, man. Also, I want to give a special shout out to the Great 88 Movers. Listen, there's no job too big, too small. The Great 88 Movers, they do it all. Call them for a quote today. Listen, tap in, tell Rock Boy, Rob the Prob sent you. You know what I'm saying? And you also got to give them the slogan. You know what I'm saying?
What the problem is.
Absolutely, man, because we're going to find a solution to it. Listen, also, I want you to check out too. Listen, you already see what I'm wearing. You already see what I'm rocking. You already see my threads. You see the stuff that I style with. Everything that I market, I support. Pandemonium Clothing Club. Pandemonium Clothing Club, clothingclub.com. Listen, grab 10% off at checkout when you enter my name, podcast. Enter podcast. You see the stitching on it, right? You see that? You know what I'm saying? This is exclusive. I only wear exclusive stuff that is high quality. I don't do anything that's half-assed or penny-pinched trickery. I do quality stuff. Pandemonium, one of the best hats out. Listen, if you think I'm the only one that wear them, no. Mano wears them. Benny the Butcher wears them. Dave East wears them. Rashad McCants wears them. Queens Flip wears it. Jeff Teague wears it. Shout out to the 720 podcast over there. Listen, we all rocking the exclusive stuff, man. And if you ain't rock one, man, go down there to pandemoniumclothingclub.com. Get you 10% off, man. And we definitely going to take care of you over there, man. For real, for real. Shout out to him. One of my partners. But I also want to say this too, man. Listen, go to Ed Hennings, co.com, the proud official boot of the Let's Yap About It podcast and longshoresmen and women. I just want to let y'all know, and to the longshoresmen that watch my show, listen, y'all are getting $50 off the boot. I'm making it available Friday, so you'll be able to order your boots and you'll be able to style and profile all across, you know what I'm saying, Barbers Cut 6, Bayport, you know what I'm saying, the city docks. You'll be very comfortable. Shout out to everybody as a longshoresman, because that's what I do. 10 hours. Yes, sir. We do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the young brothers and sisters out there that's paving the way for the city of Houston, and also all the longshoresmen across America, man, that put their life on the line to bring in products and services and all types of things that represent America, man, for real. Last but not least, you gonna catch me here. I'm going to be going live from there. Elite Lash Nails and Spa, 25681 Nelson Way, Suite 160, Katy, Texas, 77494. Listen, mention me, Pod God, and you're going to get you 20% off your receipt. I'm not joking. You're going to see me live there. You're going to be seeing me comfortable, getting the massage. You're going to see me get my feet done. You're going to see a lot of things, man. And you also going to see me in the chair, me getting my IV, because I got to replenish my fluids, because guess what? I'm finna get ready to work 30 days straight. I'm finna get ready to work 30 days straight, man. I'm not playing, man. I'm serious about what I got going on, and I'm gonna be revealing some things that I got that I'm gonna introduce Monday. You're gonna see me where I'm coming from live, but you also gonna catch me at Exotic Pop Sunday. I hope y'all come vibe with me. I hope y'all come rock out with me. If y'all got any questions or whatever, by all means, like I told you, hit me up. I will answer back. I answer back fast too. People was dropping comments, I was dropping them fast. But I also want to give you some game on this too. If you need some marketing, you in need of a little marketing boost in your social media community, let us know. We want you to have a sales increase of about 2 to 5% from your followers. Let us do the walking and talking for your e-commerce services to deliver sales increase, profitable and precise to not just you, the business, but also the consumer. We care about the consumers, man. Without them, we nothing. We do honest business. Put yourself in a win-win situation. So DM me at PodGod or email me at lets.yap.about.it and we'll get you going over there. I told you, I already got a couple people that have rocked with me and have been in support of me, and I'm definitely in support of them. You can look down my timeline. You see that I get the love from all across the city. Shout out to my boys out there in Dallas, Oak Cliff, Harry Hines. I have to send them some love. Shout out to Rollo, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rollo the pimp, you know what I'm saying? Bud, this shit icy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in Dallas shortly. Shout out to Luau Sindor, shout out to Blackjack, all my 304 boys, you know what I'm saying, from Oak Cliff, you know what I'm saying, and around Harry Hines, you know, shout out. It's always love to them. I also have to send a shout out to my guys up in Buffalo. Shout out to them too. Who else, man? Shout out to my boys in New York City. You know, I tap in with them. Jers, I see you. You know what I'm saying? My partner out there in Brooklyn, shout out to them. Shout out to my boy Novak out there in California, You know what I'm saying? Left coast, west coast. Shout out to him too. And also I want to send some special shout outs to here in Houston. Shout out Trinity Garden, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm from. Shout out Homestead, shout out Fifth Ward, shout out Greens Point, shout out Denver Harbor, shout out to the Mo. You know what I'm saying? Always in the Mo. I'll be in the Mo sometime. Shout out to them boys in Pearland. Shout out to them boys in Humble, Spring. You know what I'm saying? Everything in between. You already know. You know, man, listen, there's so many hoods, man. I named Greens Point, man. I named all of them, man. It's so many. Cloverland, South Park, South Lawn, Dead End. Over there, I used to hang on Solinsky. I used to be on McCoward. Man, listen, I've been all around this city, man. For real. To the Fofo, Rosewood, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boys in Rosewood. Shout out Duke, you know what I'm saying? I got to give him some love too. And, oh yeah. Oh man, rest in peace to my partner Butterman, one of my classmates passed away. I just want to send my condolences to his family and everything. I found out about it today. You know what I'm saying? It's been a crazy day today, but nonetheless, rest in peace to Butterman. You already know it's love from my family to your family. My condolences. And you know what I'm saying? It's just been a crazy day. And I want to say this too. I appreciate doing these shows because it empowers me and it keeps me going. And all the comments and stuff keep me going. I've reached 95,000 views within a short time of a month. Me just being consistent and grinding. I do like y'all opinions. I do like to hear what y'all have to say because your voice matters. I want you to be heard. I post your questions. I'll answer them. Even if you on my chat, man, I post it all the time. I have no problem giving a reference or sending a special shout out to y'all because I love y'all. I respect y'all and y'all my audience. But to the stupid motherfuckers who want to troll and what have you, hey man, get out the way of people that really want to learn something, educate themselves and empower themselves just so they can have these type of conversations with their children. These are the conversations that need to be had at the table. Shout out to my boy Tim Minnie, who I donated my time in Third Ward with Dinner is Possible. And I want to bring, if I can, I really want to bring that, if I can, maybe next summer, I want to bring him back because I want to be able to use that same facility. Shout out Letitia Plummer, the city councilman. I'm going to probably be in talks with her so we can actually get this going to where we can show kids to culinary cook. Because yes, I'm a cold motherfucker in that kitchen. But anyways, that's another story for another day. But to actually to show these kids how to cook culinary foods and be able to prepare a meal, not just for themselves, but also for their parents too. That dinner is possible sitting at the table. And that was one of the most refreshing moments that I ever had in my life when I didn't even have a car. I was always volunteering my time. Shout out to Third Ward too, man. I always had a nostalgia over there too, man. And it's just a beautiful thing. But I want to say this too, man. I just want to thank y'all, man, for just tapping in with me, man, and just enjoying the show. I'm trying to get y'all through y'all third shift, but guess what? I got to be back for another 10 hours tomorrow. But listen, if y'all ever want to come on the show, by all means, you see the chat, man. Come on. Listen, this platform is y'all's. Come on. I just introduced topics, and we can definitely have a high vibrational conversation. Listen, I want to thank all of you for joining tonight's broadcast. And if I came up in your feed and you stopped to take a peek in, then come join the conversation and comment down below. Well, we've come to the end, so tell a friend and let the conversation begin. So until the next time, we got a lot to yap about. Good night. But before I go, I want to talk to you musical artists real quick. If y'all got any music, get in my DM. I already gave you the email. Y'all tap in, man. We definitely want to play your music. As long as it's not copywritten, man, we can play it so we can get you a good vibe out, man. And I also want to send a special shout out to the Clips. They got album of the year. If you ain't heard the new Clips album, something wrong with you, man. They did their thing, man. For them to come back and do what they did on that album, the album is a 10 plus. If they don't get album of the year, they was robbed for it. You heard it here first. But tonight, we rolling out the red carpet for one of my favorite groups who I was brought up on, and I live by this shit because it taught me discipline, dedication, and determination. That's none other than the motherfucking Locks. And this is the freestyle. Feel it in the air. Hey, y'all, it's been a pleasure. You already know who it is. Raw the Prob.
What the problem is.
Over and out. Peace.
I don't want beef, I swear to God I'm just passing through. Ain't nothing. I hear them talking about my chain, so if he go for it, what I'ma do? Can you feel it, can you feel it? The time they gon' give me if this nigga try steal it. They think I'm rich, they want my bitch, they want my car, they think I'm a star. Police is watching, they want me to clap and kill this young boy and screw up my rap. Look at them right there. I'm hearing Siegel inside my head. He telling me chill, my eyes is red. Damn.